Let's talk about hotels. So, stand up if this is your first hotel stay in the past year. Nobody. Stand up if this is your first hotel stay in the past 6 months. Wow, well-traveled group. In the past 3 months, people are just afraid to come on the stage now. They're like, hell no, I'm not standing up. In the past 3 months, come on up. All right, sorry, I missed you. How are you? You're a homebody. Could you introduce yourself, please?
Mary Ellen Shelton Conning.
Hi, Mary Ellen. Thank you for joining us on the stage. You said you're a homebody? Yeah?
Remote workers, stay at home.
Excellent. We're going to have somebody else join you on the stage here. Stand up if you've had more than 10 different hotel stays, not room nights, different hotel stays. Not world travel. No, the past year. The past year. More than 10 hotel stays in the past year. If it's not 11 or more, sit down. If it's not 12 or more, sit down. If it's not 13 or more, sit down. If it's not 14 or more, sit down. 15 or more, sit down. 16 or more, sit down. Wow, well-traveled people, 17 or more. 18 or more. 19, 20, 21. Come on up. And I'll ask Tracy Murgis to join us on the stage as well. Tracy, are you in the room? Yeah. So have a seat, Mary Ellen. I'll take that. Hello. Can you introduce yourself?
Rachel Jackson.
Rachel?
PCOB.
PCOB. Have a seat, Rachel. And go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. I am Tracy Murgis. I am the Vice President of Operations, Consulting Services, and Vendor Management. So there you go.
Thank you very much. We're going to have a little conversation, okay? I need my paper, though. You guys didn't know you were going to be called up here, did you? Things have changed in the travel industry. Things have changed in the hotel industry. The rules have changed. So what I'd like to do is talk with this group about the 5 trends that have really changed the industry. And I want to get your viewpoint, and I want some audience participation as well. We have some microphones in the audience, so we'll get their viewpoint as well. I want to hear from someone who doesn't travel a lot, someone who's not in hotels, somebody who has a ton of travel experience, and our subject matter expert internally, Tracy Murgis, who knows a lot about hotels. All right? So the first one is bleisure. I know it's a term that we've been talking about forever. Bleisure, blending leisure travel and business travel. So maybe from either a personal experience or from your traveler's experience, can you talk about how bleisure has changed either you personally and or your traveler experience?
With our travel experience, basically the bleisure has been able to, for a company, it's a perk. We're giving the new employees or employees that you've had for a while as a perk. So introducing it that way allows them to feel that, oh, instead of just going for business and being stressed out and everything, I can add a little bit of fun to it and explore an area that I usually don't go to. We travel internationally all over the world. So if you're heading over to Sydney, or you're in Hong Kong, or you're in Italy and you're in Milan, but you still want to go to Rome and a couple places, being able to add that on after you've done your business trip is ideal, especially when it's the ticket cost. We take a ticket cost of the actual business of the date you were going to go to the date you were going to come back and compare it to what you want. So you can have an open jaw ticket. to allow you to fly into, going into Milan and come out of Rome or go down to Naples. And then we make sure and check the cost difference. If there's no cost difference, they've got a trip. All they have to worry about now is just their hotel stay. Hotel stay is different there because we make sure we have preferred, and Hilton is our preferred as well, and they use their points. So sometimes their little escapade that they have ends up being free, or they bring in their family. They're saying, okay, honey, well, I'm going to stay an extra week for PTO doing this trip, and all they have to worry about is use their points on their airline to bring in their wife for that second honeymoon or third honeymoon.
Excellent.
So you're creating more of an exception for them to allow them to feel that they can also have their family included, even though these guys sacrifice a lot when they travel. They're away from their families. They're missing the sports for their kids, every different situation. So having that in conjunction is a very good perk for the company to express.
Excellent. Appreciate it. Mary Ellen, any comments? Or?
We pretty much do the same thing. My only issue when they add it in is duty of care. So when they're on the road, still responsible for them. So if they want to take a jog over to a different country, I have to know what they're doing. I have to be able to get in touch with them because until they get back to the United States, it's still considered conning travel. So I still have to have eyes on them, know what they're doing. I mean, not know what they're doing, but where they are if they're going to a different country.
Excellent.
And if they use points, then they're outside of my scope of view, which I don't allow them to do.
Absolutely. Little side commercial. Speak to your account manager or your business development manager about World Watch. Great product for you to know where your travelers are as they're going throughout the globe. Was that good, Natalie? Great. Tracy?
Yep. I'll add that we, as a TMC, have definitely saw an uptick of things like this, and we're actually working with our leisure team that we kind of give the opportunity for the traveler to book with their agent, and if there is additional, that we have our leisure department reach out to them and do the add-ons for them. So we're putting things together for you for that. So if there are trips or things that need to happen once they're over there, we can accommodate that too. They're not on their own. So they'll have our support of the leisure department.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Tracy, I'm actually going to start this next question with you. Since you do so much of the hotel contracting and you understand one of the trends in the industry, in the hotel industry specifically, that's changing is the focus on health and wellness for travelers. So we're not looking necessarily for free parking or free breakfast. A lot of times it's, do I have access to the gym and what does the gym have or the facility have to offer me? Are hotels bringing that to the table to you, or is it something you need to ask on behalf of our clients?
Yeah, I think we're seeing more that we're asking on behalf of our clients when we're putting out our RFPs. You know, there's boxes for that to be checked, so we know that's important. We are reaching out to the hotels with those opportunities, so.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And if you are, another commercial, if you are doing your own hotel RFPs, stop. Please utilize our services. Tracy's team, phenomenal hotel experts, and they are there to speak to the hotels on your behalf. You know everything that's going on along the way because of the tools that we have, but please, again, speak to your account manager or your business development manager and get connected with Tracy and her team.
Yeah, absolutely. We, you know, over COVID, hotel rates kind of stayed flat this year for 2023. You know, the hotels across the globe, you know, needed to make their money back. So we saw quite an uptick, and I would say that with the uptick, we were probably coming in that we were only going up 2 to 5%, where the markets were going up from anywhere from 8 to 20%. So the team did a fine job this year for you.
Thanks. Mary Ellen, any comments on health and wellness from you or your travelers?
For me, it's important for my company. They actually all want to have a hotel with a gym that's open 24/7.
Excellent.
And then all of a sudden, now we need Pelotons. I don't know. And that came out of COVID. It's like they bought Pelotons, now they want to use them on the road, and that's become a little issue. But
We
gyms
had
are
a
important.
We had a great call with
it's hard
Hilton.
in Europe.
Sorry to interrupt. We had a great call with Hilton, and Hilton now has Pelotons in some of their rooms throughout the country, which is great. Yeah. Little plug for you, Tanya, wherever you're at. There you go. Rachel, you're 5,400. Any comment on health and wellness? Good.
Do I have these?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, when we're requesting the agency, because they're access and knowledgeable to do the RFPs, we make sure that we put in for the wellness on the gym. So we are using more full-service hotels, because not only gym, but being able to make sure that they have room service and restaurant, at least one to choose from at their hotel. Because after having a long day, sometimes you don't want to sit at a busy restaurant. You want to be able to relax, have some room service, watch whatever you want to watch on TV, and just chill out. And that helps them also for mental wellness as well. And we also, now when it's international, we also give them actually an extra day to 2 days to adjust for time zone difference as well, and be able to go out and exercise or walk 2 days before they have to start work.
Excellent.
So that helps
Great
them
philosophy.
too
Yeah.
for their bodies as well.
Awesome. This next topic, before I give what the trend is, I want to ask you a question. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand because I know some people won't be honest, but how many people, or think to yourself, how many people check out at the registration desk when you leave the hotel versus just doing it on the app, or dropping your key in a box, or doing some type of digital checkout? And if you're over 40, your answer probably tended towards, oh no, I go to the registration desk and I check out and I leave. And if you're under 40, I just started doing that probably a year and a half ago, where, oh, I can do this on my app? Great, I'm going to check out. So on that trend, do you guys want to talk a little bit about the digitization of the guest experience? Rachel, you're shaking your head, yes. So
With the app, it's great because I already checked into my hotel since yesterday and chose the location of where I wanted my room. Because especially with the Hilton app, it allows you to give you that choice and say, here are the floors that your room type is available. So you get to take a look and see, okay, where's the closest streets? You know, where is the road for the noisiness if you are a light sleeper? Where you're looking over the pool? Do you want to be in a lower level or higher, closer to the elevator? You're making that decision. If you don't see something, which I had to do a change, I needed a double bed for this event. And they had me in a king bed because that's usually my option on there. I messaged them through the app and said, I noticed that my room is down as a one king. I need 2 double beds to stay. I received back a message within less than a half an hour saying that we have changed that and we were able to accommodate you. When I clicked back to check in, I was able to now see where rooms were located with double beds. Never having to get on the phone, wait while a front desk person is so busy checking people out to take care of me. You know, and that's the frustration there, because you don't want to be put on hold or you don't want to be pushed over to somebody else and then you're asking them the same question and they go, oh, let me transfer you back to the front desk.
Right.
So you're not getting that runaround. I used my digital key. You've learned to do that due to the pandemic. There's less staff here at hotels. So doing your digital key out and your digital key when you're checking out is one of the best things.
Perfect.
But all the communication was done without ever really face-to-face.
great example. I want to clarify something. I'm not over 40, but I just wanted to clarify that. I know I said I was using the registration desk. I'm not over 40. Mary Helen?
I just found that all fascinating.
Yeah.
I'm going to make you want to travel more now.
I know so much about travel and go nowhere. I did not know all of that. I found the staff here super, super nice. The person at the front desk when I checked in, super nice.
Trent? Yeah.
And when I checked out this morning, when I went to the front desk, super nice.
But it's a good. Thank you, Tanya. A great point, though, that hotels are recognizing they're meeting people where people are. If somebody wants to be on, I know that wasn't grammatically correct, but they're meeting people where people are at. If they want to be on their phones doing this, great. If they want that great service, hotels need to recognize they need to provide that as well. Tracy, I'm not sure if you good?
I think I'm good.
Good. Did you check out? All right. This next one, Mary Ellen, we're going to start with you because you travel so much. Personalization. So hotels are making a concentrated effort to know who you are. And that's a great example that they added that personal touch to your experience. Any other examples or things you can think of what hotels could do, maybe? Put you on the spot.
I haven't gotten a lot of feedback from travelers
Yeah.
going to hotels. I had a couple, but they're prima donnas, so I don't even know if they, I shouldn't even bring it up, but they feel like the business traveler isn't as recognized as the leisure travel.
Okay.
They said that, the vacation people seem to be more important versus the business traveler who used to be.
Yeah. Excellent.
I just think they need to calm down, but again, I don't stay at hotels a lot, so.
I think everybody in the audience has them in their organization, right? Rachel?
For domestic, like I was using my digital Hilton app, when I pulled up for valet yesterday, I was able to tell them my room number instead of saying, hang on, I got to go check in the front desk to get the room number and check back with them. I already knew it because I had pre-checked in through the app. Those are the personalization, but what I tell usually our travelers is you have to work both ways. The staff here in any hotel can't read your mind exactly what you need. And with using the digital app, there is a message app that you can ask. I usually have on my profile additional pillows or this or that, or I need certain things, or I need a refrigerator. Traveling with a pet, we have a lot of them doing that as well. They have therapy dogs and everything. They're allowed to tell them, hey, check which hotels really accept pets there if it's not listed as a service dog. So there's a lot more hotels that have opened up the door for you to be able to travel with your pets, as well as being able to give different options for children, because some of them, if they know they're going to a particular city within the domestic area, they're able to stay little bit of the by leisure combination. But I always tell them, message them, because just like all of us, we miss little details sometimes. It's a given. They're dealing with a hotel with a lot of people happening, a lot of different staff issues, a lot of things going on. So message them, let them know, and they will respond. And once you get a response, you know that they've taken care of that. So if you want that Peloton or whichever and you didn't see it, ask them, and they'll let you know, yes, we do have that program.
Great
if
point.
you're not seeing it.
Awesome. Anything on the contracting side, Tracy, with personalization?
Not really.
No?
I think
That's
I
all
have
right.
nothing on that. I think the hotels in general have really, over the years, I think,
Yeah.
started catering to what those folks needed. So
Yep.
I think it's been, progressively getting better.
Great. All right, the last one we're going to talk about real quickly is the last trend we're going to talk about is some hotels are taking the philosophy of less is more, actually. That before, when it was an overabundance of luxury that they tried to provide to you in the room, now they're taking a stance of less is more. So just wanted to share that trend or ask you guys if you have any comments on that. Can you say that into the microphone?
I wouldn't notice.
For me, basically, for all of our people, is you have to remember that still with staffing issues, checking into hotels doesn't provide you housekeeping service every day you're here. So a business person traveling, checking in on Monday through Friday or Sunday through Thursday, whichever way, is they will not see a housekeeping staff till they request it. So their beds are not being made and things like that. And if you want your towels changed, you need to notify the front desk or housekeeping saying you want some fresh towels. Other than that, they will not step into your room. And that does go to any of these brands, even Hilton. I've experienced that even at an Embassy Suites, You know, so there are different things. A lot of people, business-wise, either stay maybe one night, two night, but the other business people that stay for a full week in a city are starting to, and those are things they're not remembering. Again, that's one of the things you can message ahead of time and ask, do you service the room every day? If not, then you know what you need to do because they're replying back. Some hotels, when people are actually checking in at the front desk, they usually have a little piece of paper they're handing you saying this is our housekeeping staff things. So
Yep.
you have to know, because me not walking up to the front desk, I don't get that piece of paper. But knowing by staying at so many hotels that I've seen it happen, that I have to check, and I message them asking them that if I have longer than 1 or 2 nights stay.
Awesome. Excellent. Tracy, any comments? No? Could you hand me that piece of paper? Thank you so much. So, thank you guys for volunteering. Big round of applause. Don't leave yet. For you, Rachel, since you boasted about this hotel, we're going to give you compliments of Hilton, a 2-night stay here at the Logan. I believe it's here at the Logan, but it's 2 nights Hilton hotel stay. You can get that at the registration desk during a break or something. And Marianne, a Sofitel stay from Accor, 2-night stay for you as well. So thank you very much. Thanks for coming. You're now going someplace. Great job, everybody. Thanks. Tracy, I'm sorry, I don't have a hotel stay for you. But thanks for your help. All right, we're going to change things up a little bit, and now there's going to be a lot of dialogue at the table. So my only comment is, as we start this, if you find that you're at a table with just 1 or 2 people and you want to move to talk to more people, please feel free to do so. But we're going to talk about, wow, that's pretty cool, Diane. That's really cool. We're going to talk about travel policy, we're going to talk about structure, and we're going to talk about communication. So I have questions for every one of the tables that I'd like you to talk about amongst yourselves. And then what I want you to do is, at some point, decide who's going to be the spokesperson. I'm not going to ask you to come up here. We're going to just ask you to stand and talk a little bit about some of the things. But let's talk about policy first. So travel policy. The question I want you to discuss is, what's the one or two, but what's the one biggest change that you've made to your travel policy in the past 12 to 24 months? I'll leave the question up there, as you can discuss it if you forget what the question was. But what's the one or two, but let's focus on one, and try to get as much involvement. And then what I'm going to ask you to do is, collectively as a group, decide what's the most impactful change at our table. What's the most impactful change that our table discussed? Go ahead and discuss it amongst yourselves. What I'd like a table 2 or 3 to do is to have your spokesperson stand up and share with the group what's one of those policy changes that had a huge impact this year. So raise your hand at your table if you'd like to share. Right here.
Good morning. Brian Conifrey, I'm with CNS Wholesale Grocers. And for the table, the biggest change for most of us was the elimination of the COVID restrictions. You know, we went through the plague years, and within the last year, these restrictions have been removed from most companies. Most people adjusted their budgets accordingly, so with no travel during COVID, certainly at my company, we had a complete lockdown. Nobody could travel for business purposes. But then the other thing is opening up international travel as well. So it's been a, night and day, 100% turnaround for the travel opportunities within the corporate environment.
Excellent. Brian, can I ask a follow-up question on that? How's the traveler reaction been to both those concepts?
Everybody's eager to travel. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of disconnect with customers, and certainly the sales teams felt they needed to get out and get in front of people, and our operations teams, facilities kind of drifted, and the need for senior executives to go out and kind of show the love was necessary.
Great. Thank you so much, Brian. Appreciate it. Great response.
Cheryl Smith, Hunter Douglas. The biggest change at this table was, I guess, my company. We were acquired, and we went from having a loosey-goosey travel policy to a very strict travel policy with
What type of travel policy was it first?
loosey-goosey.
Loosey-goosey.
Anything kind of went. So we need approvals now for anything 14 days or 21 days for international. We need approval for maximum hotel rates, which we never had, as well as meals, maximum rates there. So it's been quite a culture shock for us.
And I'll ask the same follow-up question. What's the traveler reaction?
Oh, you don't want to know. I could spend hours talking about the conversations I have with the travelers. They're afraid. Everybody's afraid,
Yes.
stay at a hotel for, $198 when our max rate is $197.
Got it.
So,
Excellent.
yeah.
Thanks for sharing.